Shirley.
And don't call me Shirley.
Savior of the universe. Flash. He'll save every one of us. Flash. He's a miracle. Flash. King of the impossible. He's for every one of us. That's for every one of us. It's life of the body and every man in the world. Flash. Flash. Savior of the universe. Flash.
Yeah, that was so good. We'll just loop it.
Excuse me. I'm a little sore throat today. Sorry about that.
That is your laugh, Shadowhawk, because you're on vacation.
That's right. What shall my replacing be?
And you are a miracle.
Okay.
Daddy done told me.
King of the impossible.
And you are the king of the impossible.
He's for every one of us.
Yeah.
That's for every one of us.
Yeah.
It's life of the body and every man in the world.
I don't even know what he's saying there, but it's cool.
I don't-
Sound like Biden, except faster.
Gas price.
Well, now I understood you, but Biden, I can't, Something about gas prices.
Who killed every one of us?
Who
Wait,
killed
say
every
that
one of
again.
us? Yeah. No,
That still murders me. Mama Hawk used to think it said that.
it's not supposed to murder you.
I know.
Yeah. So Mama Hawk thought when she heard that every time, he'll kill every one of us instead of
Yeah, when we first got together, first time I heard her singing along with the song, she was like, "He'll kill every one of us." I was like, "He's not."
he might.
I hope he doesn't save the planet.
Yes. Let's see.
So technically, it's correct.
Let's see.
Oh, so what's going on this happy hump day, Rex?
Well, you tell me this happy hot hump day.
Oh man, it is humid here. I had to turn on the air early this morning.
Yeah.
And all my plans got fucking ruined. So
Really?
yeah, goddamn financial bullshit lately.
Oh.
Thought I had money put away to go pick up some fireworks this morning for tomorrow. Went and checked my shit and didn't have what I thought I did, so won't be doing any 4th of July fireworks. They'll have to wait until Friday.
They're actually shooting them off in Jonesboro like they usually do, a day early. Is that allowed? I don't know, I guess.
Oh yeah, they've been blowing them off here for like 2 weeks already.
Oh yeah, they were at the beginning of the week. Yeah, it's not Flash Gordon, it's Flesh Gordon.
If you like
the second movie, Flash Gordon meets the Cosmic Cheerleaders, 1990.
science fiction parodies, heavenly bodies, and galactic trips beyond Uranus, then you will not want to miss the sequel of the cult classic Flash Gordon.
Wait. Now, Eric and Boyd and others in the chat always have jokes like Timothy Olsen about Uranus. So, were they producers of this movie? Maybe not.
Yeah. I think they meant.
Flash Gordon meets the Cosmic Cheerleaders.
UPC Junior has just detected a penile force.
Flash, let me just have a feel. No, he promised me I'd be next.
Your penis and my brain will be a marriage made in hell. The hero always gets the girl.
Oh.
Then we'll start falling.
Well, King Kong was in the movie.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
With impotence radiation to prepare it for my career.
There's something in the atmosphere that makes it impossible to pop a boner. Isn't she appetizing, my little pet?
In the bowl of love, when I was swirling around.
Wait, is this the trailer to The Plunger or Poop Man? I can't decide.
You guys always like a bunch of shit
We were
and
expecting you.
They plan to take over the universe with an army of cold bitches, dogmen, and your penis! You, as the possessor of the virile force, must make love to the queen.
I'll only stick it in halfway.
And I don't want you licking me if you haven't brushed your teeth.
Keep your panties on, Rabunda.
I don't wear panties, but I will if you agree to help.
I love this kind of adventure. All I have to do is pork a cute queen, and I'm a hero.
Now, I thought we had watched that trailer the other day. Apparently we did the first one, and the first one had the cool stop motion.
Okay.
I was, hey, Katie, I stayed awake just to say hey and hit that like. Thank you, Katie.
what, Carrie?
Carrie, hello. Eee, what's on the screen? Yeah. What am I watching? Well, you are.
I didn't know they made two of those movies. I thought there was only one.
Yeah, 1990. Flash Gordon. I was hoping it had some of the cool stop motion that the first one had in it, but apparently not. So, but yeah, here it is, Flash Gordon. But now it does have Kong. It does have King Kong in it.
Yeah,
taking a leap.
Being on the Empire State Building.
I mean, it was worth it just to see him on Flash. Apparently they.
Well, I don't know about all that.
Well, all I can say is they know who is king, and it ain't Godzilla. Anyway.
Katie says she's regretting staying awake now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Katie.
Yeah, I did. I got in. I had problems at work last night. But
oh no.
Today I have Scooby-Doo baked graham cracker snacks, cinnamon, Scooby-Doo snacks to take to work with me or to eat here in front of you. Yeah, whole grain. There we go. Only 120 calories in this bag. That's processed crap. Boys, I know. But I came in late after the show on Topicless Link and got to hang out with the guys a little bit. I did tell them about your sticker and my Chibi sticker, and he's going to take care of us. Plus, make sure we get a couple of the supplements, which is on their website now. The campaign may be ended, but I think the campaign takes you to the website. I haven't tested that yet. We'll take a look at some projects today. And I did another
Huh? What? I said you lost me there for a second, but keep going. I'll catch you.
Oh, okay. So I did a Zeitgeist last night while I was
Cool.
behind the scenes on Topic, and I can't show you the other. I can't show you the other that I did because, or should I? It is my new character, Despair. And I started another Despair on the mixed media paper for someone, or just as a developmental, this was done on thin paper. Should I show him? Should I show the new character?
It's up to you.
Or should I leave it for people to go, wow, in the book?
Yeah, tease them.
Okay, I'll tease them and leave it for later.
That's right.
Oh, I did come across, I told you I had a Bog action figure going, right? Kind of custom. This was a ninja character that you get. And so he's getting textured and built up and whatnot. I haven't worked on him in a long time, but I need to get back to him, but he's,
cool.
his arms move, as long as I don't paint them. But yeah, I've been,
some of that moss that you had.
His head swivels, his legs move at the knees and at the hips. So I guess how do you count points of articulation on figures? If their arms bend at the elbow, is that 2 or is that just 1?
That's 2. The shoulders are 2.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Waist swivel is another one.
7 points of articulation.
Yeah.
But he's a big one. Look, that's as big as my head.
Yeah, he's good size.
He's pretty good size, yeah.
Does his head turn?
Back in the day, $3 with weapons. With ninja throwing stars and But yeah, I've got some texture building up on him and whatnot. You can see he's kind of going to be Bog here. Eventually.
Yeah, what are you using, like a super scopy type stuff, or?
No, this is actual paint, and then yes, I used some paint that was textured paint.
Oh, okay.
Like sand,
yeah,
or something, So yeah, that's giving it the rough look, But I don't want to lose the musculature underneath till I'm ready to, who knows? Maybe once I get all the, like you say, the moss or grass or whatever on him.
Right. Yeah.
And I've got actual moss that I could stick on him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Possibility.
Yeah. Could be pretty cool.
I kind of got to a point where it's like I was starting to lose some of the sculpt, the musculature. So I stopped and I never went back to it. So gonna have to do that.
Yeah, I hate when that happens.
Gonna have to pick this back up and finish him. He might be a good one and done type. I wanted to kind of do a prototype, if you will, for an action figure. Got to get back to this one and finish his hands and finish this drawing of Bog. Got to finish that one. I had sculpted out Despair. I mean, I had drawn out Despair, and so I inked him last night after I did the Zeitgeist drawing. So. But I did talk to Jason, and he's going to take care of us as far as the, us being able to get a supplement and stickers and whatnot.
Oh, cool.
I, said that you were missing the 6 a.m. sticker, and I was missing the chibi sticker where his head is bigger than his body.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to take care of us. He'll probably mail that right out. And I said, well, mail it out to Shadow or mail it out to me, and we'll both make sure we get it to each other. or
sure.
wait and send with the supplement. They're still working on the supplement.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's been hot, man. It's like when I got out earlier, it was 91, and that was earlier in the day, around before noon, because I went to see Mom about 11, I guess. I had went to work, misplaced my phone, found it. It was in the room above me here, which is like a collector's room, and I had taken that box up that had tape on it and was trying to get all that tape off and had it there. So I'm glad I found it. I went to work, but I had a talk with the boss, and I let him know, my situation. I was like, I want to work, and last night, it was the pump that gave out last night, and I'll be taking a new truck out tonight.
Shit.
I may have jarred something loose. I went down a rough road last night.
Yeah.
You can imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing, a long strip, and then I decided to come back the same way. I would not take that road had it rained. It still had a little, pool spot. You wouldn't want to get stuck out there in the middle of nowhere. Probably the craziest thing I ever did was out there at that factory a year or two ago. Nearly got stuck out there. Had to back out because I couldn't go any
you
further.
tell me about that.
And if I would have been walking, I would have still been walking for days to try and find somebody to get a tow truck out there to get me out of that. And Abby would have been in the cab the whole time, left by herself. I couldn't have took her with me to look for help. I was very, very fortunate. I was able to back that truck out of there and get out of that situation.
You ain't kidding, buddy.
I was trying to cut across to another road, and it just wouldn't make it. It was that hard, compact sand. Fortunately, it was enough but it was muddy. It was wet, and unfortunately, it had enough. And then I think that's where the weight of the unit in the back of the truck kind of helped me out, probably.
Yeah, that probably, if it wasn't for that, you probably would have been definitely stuck.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, I'm regretting buying Flesh Gordon now. Because the first one had all that cool stop motion in it. This one does not seem to have that, but it might be a fun romp. That was a nice trash can.
No, thank you. I hit the wrong button. It seems like the first one, they probably put a little bit bigger of a budget on it or something.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. But the second one looks funny though.
Yeah, well, it's space parody, and I don't know how much of I don't know, were these rated X? If it is, that's the first rated X movie I've ever bought.
I don't think they were. I think they were like rated R, but they're just, supposed to be racy. They gave them like porn titles, but they weren't actual porn.
Well, I'm not even sure what region this is. This is not American region. It's a PAL, so I'm thinking region 2.
I have no idea.
There's 6 regions in the world. Like China, I think it's its own region, which is region 6. If we had 3 Chinas in the world, we'd have 666. There we go.
There you go.
The towering inferno of sex is back on the job, bigger, better, and bolder than ever.
Oh man!
News flash. It says news flash. Added value. Filmography. Filmographies. I don't know. Picture gallery. Anyway, it's got a picture gallery.
Filmography. Yeah.
Roger and out. It says. Okay. Well, it's probably region 2. I have a multi-regional player. Although recently, when I tried to play a couple things, even an American, that John Wick 2, I bought a John Wick 2, and I think maybe I've seen 1 and 2. I know I've seen one. I believe I saw two, but I don't think I saw 3 and 4.
They're all pretty good. I haven't seen the fourth one yet. So, but
okay. Well, I still haven't seen the Godzilla movie, and it hasn't come out. I probably won't till it comes out on DVD, right?
Yeah, they're saying it's not coming out until like November, dude.
Yeah. You know, they're making the circuit with it, trying to squeeze every bit. They know people are
well,
hot
they're gonna, yeah, they're gonna make it a Christmas movie, so you know they'll make an extra few $1 million on Christmas.
Well, there you go. And you know they need to. They you know that is not American made. They need to make as much out of it so that they can make another one. You know,
I got no problem with it. From everything I've heard, it's supposed to be really good. I just can't wait to see it.
Right. And Gable Penny Shot says, "What up, gents?
What up, Gable? Editor extraordinaire."
So, what you're saying is I should probably leave, not show my new character. That's what you're saying. I should leave.
I'm saying you can do whatever you want to.
Yeah. Now I contacted Jimmy Reyes and I said, yeah, no. Well, I won't, you know. People are really going to dig this comic when they get it, you know. That's just, I'm sure of that.
I hate to ask this. I don't want you to show something you don't want to, but has Jimmy sent you an update with inks or anything yet?
Well, that's what I was just starting to say, is that I had contacted Jimmy and I said, just a suggestion. It would be nice if we could do a cover reveal on our 800th episode Saturday. And he says, well, let's see. What did he say exactly? I don't want to misquote the man.
He said, Toritos con papas.
And what does that mean?
Potatoes and chicken and fries. It's Jimmy's theme song.
It was very broken typing, so like broken English. I don't know. I might have you know, I might have it done. I can translate it. By then, no promises. So no promises. He's going to try and have it done by the 800th episode Saturday, but no promises. Cool. And then, of course, you know, it'll have to be colored by his colorist. But
yeah, I just like to see the inks on it and stuff before it goes off the color. You know?
Now, Katie was saying yesterday that she wasn't getting notifications on Twitter, not on, and I know that on YouTube even you don't get all the notices sometimes.
No, yeah, I didn't get one for you today either.
But now I haven't been. Really?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't get one for today, and I set it up.
Nope,
you know, at least
look for the show.
Few hours early. You know, this today.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Damn unreliable YouTube.
Well, you know, I'm a draw today, but now I would like to be able to show what I'm drawing. So I have started another Despair, but I can work on something else. I can do another Zeitgeist or something else, you know. I got a million characters.
Oh, so, Gable said he had to reset his bell on the subscription so he could start getting notifications again.
Okay. And
more white.
It did not unsubscribe you though, did it, Gable?
No, he just had to turn the bell off and turn it back on again. So
that's kind of weird.
YouTube does weird shit, man.
It's kind of weird. That
I mean,
you would think if it went to that far that it would probably unsubscribe you.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I've been unsubscribed from channels more than once that I know damn well I didn't unsubscribe from.
Okay.
Oh, I had to go looking for them again. Like, why am I not getting notifications? And I find it, and it's like, why am I unsubscribed? So yeah, I think it depends on your activity or something. Something to do with the algorithm. If you don't visit a site,
Well,
for
Gable's in here every day, pretty much.
I,
I
I,
mean,
I know. I didn't say their algorithms were good. I just,
right? Yeah. So, what have you done on your vacations thus far? Which you yesterday was your first day on vacation, right?
Yep. Yesterday was just a complete lazy day. Just sat around. This morning I woke up, put in a few miles on my little stationary bike, did some stuff around the house. Like I said, I was gonna go do my fireworks shopping, and then found out I'm broke until Friday, so I'm not gonna do that.
Those fireworks are expensive now, bro.
Oh fuck yeah!
You know, I'm really surprised with the left. You know, that they're not, especially out in California. I don't know what California's Gavin Newsom and all those crazy out there, what their policies are in California against fireworks, but I bet you they got pretty heavy restrictions because of the burn, and they need them because they don't let you clear off your own land and preserve it the way they should. It takes away owners' property rights. You know, you own nothing, and you will like it.
And it encourages forest fires.
And it encourages forest fires. It absolutely. That's that. And if I was Hollywood elite, who's you know, multi-million-dollar homes are being destroyed by some of those fires, I would be up in arms about it. You know, of course their insurance are going to pay to rebuild, but who wants to? You know, that's just crazy. Let people manage the property, you know, and if a person wants to come out and inspect it, or have a random guy, just like you know, we have an animal control drive around. That's what he does. And if he sees something, then he says something, or you know, captures the animal, whatever, and then takes them to the pound. And I think they should, you know, they should notify the owner, but I guess all the onus is on the owner, at least around here it is.
Yeah. But even like, you know, you can get the little chips implanted in your pets and stuff, but a lot of the pounds don't even have the reader.
Yeah. Right.
So, you know, I mean, I don't know whether it's worth doing, you know, or not. So,
you know, if you we've got at least the government has technology to zoom in on you on your patio.
Oh, sure.
And count your nose hairs if they want to. Yeah. You know, it's amazing.
Count the pores in your skin. Shit.
I think one of the Hamas leaders was zeroed in on, or whatever. He was killed finally by the Israelis. I think that's what I heard.
Oh, did they send him a little drone package?
I don't know, but they killed him today, I believe. So good for them. You know, they're fighting for their lives. I mean, there's no way that we would, you know, if Mexico or Canada was throwing in, or any other place was throwing in, you know, 3,000 missiles or 4,000 on us in a year's time.
Oh, yeah,
daily.
We'd have obliterated them by then.
Yeah, we would have put a stop to that. Toot sweet. Even Biden would do that, because the outrage would be. He's meeting with top Democrat leaders apparently today, and they're going to, you know, he's still going to be in office after 4th of July. I know it. They're going to come out in solidarity and say everything's fine, everything's cool. It was jet lag. It was all kinds of stuff, you know.
Oh yeah, they've been spinning it already.
Yeah,
but they done fucked up, because there's at least 3 or 4 states that you only had until the end of June.
They've already missed Ohio
to change a candidate. So,
but being the presidential power, they will probably. That's, you know, we'll see. You know, if they try that, Trump ought to jump on that. Not even Trump, but just get some of his people, just point it out and say, this is not right. You know, he missed it. He missed the deadline, and that was their own mistake, you know. And that,
yeah, I mean,
if it was Trump, they'd be holding his feet to the fire. So, I mean, there ought to be accountability for Biden too, you know.
Oh, yeah, if it was Trump, they'd be looking for any of those things.
I think that's all the average American's looking for, Shadowhawk, is an even playing field. And now we're seeing, and it never really has been, because I guarantee you that from the very beginning, they've cheated in every election. You know, voter fraud has been there, and certain ones have been caught. You know what? I'm going to try one of these Scooby-Doo snacks, graham cracker snacks.
Be careful, they might be addictive.
I know, right? And they're made by Kellogg's.
You know, I had for the first time in a while, man, the wife brought home chicken and a biscuit. Little chicken flavored biscuits.
You know, when we had Doc on, what a debate yesterday, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, all about what's a biscuit, what's a cookie, blah, blah, blah. It's like, what does it, why aren't we pondering like real issues of weight besides semantics? You know, Doc likes to argue semantics, and it's like, to me, that's a waste of my life essence and life force and time. I don't like to argue stuff like that don't amount to a hill of beans on my toast.
Beans on toast. Now you sound English.
Well, Katie said I was sounding very English the other day when I was singing Pink Floyd. Right, right. You bloody well right. You got a bloody right to say.
That's not Pink Floyd.
Billy Power Max and Crooked Painter in the house. Yes, Crooked Painter. I did say,
at least get the band
like my thing over on X. Thank you. He always starts arguments about the but you can't. I'll put it all about him. Doc likes to argue that with her. It's like for 10 minutes they're talking about the difference between cookies and biscuits and gravy and all. Will you send me this rest? You can't hardly do a show. I think you popped out of the show because you couldn't. And Elsie, he talks like this, just so light, like, you know. I'm Michael Jackson, and I'll just yes, I hear you. Well, he doesn't hear you because he doesn't mean to be rude, but he's talking over everybody, and he just continues, and it's like, wow, we can't hear you.
I try to wait to make sure nobody else is talking before I say something, and then every time last night, as soon as I started saying something, Elsie would start talking, and I was just like, okay.
I like other countries having different, Sex Pistols, my introduction to the Sex Pistols was that Oldman, you know, in the early 80s playing Sid Vicious.
Oh, Gary Oldman?
The movie Sid and Nancy.
Yeah.
That really brought the Sex Pistols on my radar, was the movie. Yeah.
That's fucked up, man. I'm sorry.
The bloody well right thing, I think. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Rex. I'll talk to Doc for you. You know, he can do what he wants. You know, Billy, that's fine. I don't have a problem with him. I'm man enough. I can talk to him directly, you know, for myself. I don't really have a problem with it, but it's just, to me, it's mind blowing to me, and it was at the time, and it still is, that you would sit there and talk about.
I was thinking Supertramp.
Take a look at your Google,
but I could be wrong.
She's the only one I got.
Who did right? Well, right. Supertramp, isn't it?
Oh, am I saying was I thinking it was Pink Floyd when it wasn't? Okay.
You remember the right, bloody well, right?
Yeah.
That was Supertramp, right?
Take a look at my girlfriend.
Yeah, she's the only one I got. Mm-hmm. Yes, I've Breakfast in America.
Take a rumble, take a tumble. Take a little roll in the hay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Breakfast in America. Yeah.
Okay.
Super chat.
Continental breakfast nowadays. Very little to it, you know. I just sent out a message, Rex. Thanks, Billy. I don't care.
It is. From the Breakfast in America, though.
Billy came on the other day. I said, well, I think I'm going to end it. He's like, no, why? And it's because I want to. But I hung with you, Billy, for a while. Anyway, I wouldn't say these are addictive. Not at all. They're Scooby snacks, you know. Wow. I think I know what I'm going to draw. It's just amazing to me that we can sit and talk about the difference between biscuits and whatever for 10 minutes. I just like, wow.
We can turn anything into a conversation. Come on.
I know he likes to get on YouTube channel and talk to people.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he likes, that's all he knows is, okay,
Doc is a chatty Cathy. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I try and do a little bit more than that on this channel, but
wow. Hey, you got to be able to roll with the flow, right? You know, every day is a little something.
I know it's a little different, you know.
Roger Waters is completely mad, possibly evil. Yeah, I could go along with that. Great songwriter, though.
Don't cut me short while I'm ranting against Doc.
Oh. I was trying to put an end to your Doc rant.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, you know, be different. You know, what's
I don't want to see Doc come over there and have to rough you up.
Oh well, yeah. what does the Devil Flyer book ship? When does the Devil Flyer book ship? Well, now we're getting cover 3 by Jimmy Reyes. Hopefully by Saturday. Hopefully we can have a cover reveal, but no promises, like he said. I can't give you a date right now, Crooked Painter. In the next few months, I hope. You know, still working on the last story. I'm working on the layout.
Still got a few things to get together.
Yeah, I got to get Keith on the lettering. Hopefully, I'll be able to pay him some for some pages, and he can get him a script, and he can start probably on the Bog story.
Yeah. Need to look into getting your tchotchkes ordered too, right? Sometimes that takes longer than you think.
Right. Well, that's what I'm going to do. Shadowhawk is not tomorrow because it's 4th of July, which I had to work tonight and tomorrow. I work every 4th of July for the past over a decade.
Did you hear that? It's the world's tiniest violin playing a song just for you.
No, I enjoy it. I get to sit there and for an hour on the clock and watch the fireworks.
No, yeah, that's cool.
They pay me to watch the fireworks. I love it. You are starting to echo pretty hard. So
good.
Pop back out and come back in, and that would be great. That was really bad. Okay. So maybe when he pops back in, it'll take care of it. When does the Devil Flyer book ship? Okay, so the bystander story is, unless I add some like maybe 4 pages or whatever the page count comes out to be, I definitely need to add the hockey story, which needs to be put in anyway. It's a 2-page story. It's mostly text. It's the thoughts of a dying man. And the introduction of Dirty Joe. into a story. So you get introduced to Dirty Joe, and he is going to take a role in the next. I don't know if I'd call it Bog Story. Actually, it crosses over into Devil Flyer because I'm rolling stories into Devil Flyer, you know, till it just becomes Devil Flyer, you know. So that will take away 2 of the 9 pages. So the way it stands down, I think I can do 7 pages. There's just a lot I want to pack in this bystander story. This is the one I think that will convince people to want to come back, and that there's it affords me a lot of latitude because I don't, you know, tell it like a linear story. It's jumping all over or progressively showing you you know, future events and other things in the Momentum universe. Carrie GTSY, great to see you. See, I'm getting better at that. Translating speak. I have a great idea for Devil Flyers 0. I've been giving that some thought, but primarily the layouts, and I've created some new characters along the way as it comes to me. Billy YMMLM, what is that? You marvelous man, liver mammal. I don't know. This is not a quick fix for. Oh, here he is. There you are. You did it. Cinnamon smell, I will say that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the verdict? Pretty good.
I don't know why, you know, they were free. Would I go out and buy them? No. Just because Scooby-Doo's on the whatever. No.
Right.
It's a graham cracker cookie. What can you say?
Nothing wrong with a graham cracker cookie. It's just, yeah, nothing special.
If I took them to deepest, darkest Africa where they'd never had them, or to Haiti or something, you know, and they tried one and they went, oh, this is good. It's sugar. Yeah. Then, yeah, it'd be awesome. But here.
See, if you were Doctor Who, you could take them to another planet and say, would you like a Scooby snack?
Yeah, instead of jelly babies.
That's right.
I want to try some jelly babies. So
I know, I do too, man.
Katie, when you send my Paz, you know, put a little thing of jelly babies in there. I'd like to try those.
And I guess they actually look like little babies, so you get to bite the head.
Oh, that's right. Crooked Painter is you will be in the story. That's right. Crooked Painter is on the drawing here. And so is Yak. No, Yaz. Oh, hell, what's his name? From Alaska and Florida.
God. Dang it. How do you do this to me?
I don't know. It's fun.
I know who you're talking about.
Weirdo Wednesday over there at Hens. It was funny. I went over there to Katie's. Katie's got a stream in 2 days. I thought it said 2 hours at first. It's 2 days. I don't know if I can wait 2 days.
Yeah, I've done that. Like when you put out notifications early and stuff, every now and again I'll see one and be like, oh shit, what's Rex doing? And I click on it and it's like, oh, it's scheduled for Thursday. Oh, crap.
Well, waiting on my computer. Let's see. What was I going to look up? Oh, yeah, who it was. Lack, right?
Lack. Yeah, that's it. Lack.
Yeah, Lack. See, I got Yak. Why do I want to go to Y? It's like Yuck Man or Yuck, you know.
I don't know.
Oh, hey, Cloudy.
There she is. Being feisty as usual.
Yeah. Is he licking the end of your finger?
Belly.
Well, if I had you aggressively coming after me, I'd probably bite you too, you know? You know? And then you knock my teeth out. There we go.
See my baby.
Gosh, I'm going to have to get on, if I'm going to get Ethan's birthday card done for him, I'm going to have to get on it because it'll be September 3rd or whenever his birthday is before you know it.
Yeah, I think it is.
I started this like,
it is September 3rd.
I started this like 3 years ago or something like that.
Oh, God, dude.
Glad I found my phone. It's on the charger right now, doing its thing.
If it'll only work.
Well, I mean, you know, I told you, Elsie has to try multiple times to get it, you know.
Yeah, well, I've learned you gotta try to go at least 2 or 3, but even then, sometimes no go.
Yeah. Katie says, "All cute kitty." I'm streaming to make Billy laugh. I walk with a cane if you need a picture. Oh, I will need a picture, Crooked Painter, for sure. It'll be it's going to be a 2-page spread. Does every kitty act like that way when you try to finger them? Crooked Painter says. 1001% more for me. Okay, I was. Wait, am I behind? Wait.
I missed something.
Cool. Use my profile picture. I'll use, or let me know if you need another for reference. Katie, you make me laugh. 110% more. Okay, I was going to put an Aero chocolate bar in too. 101% more for me. Aero chocolate bars are kind of light and fluffy, aren't they? On the inside.
Oh, that's like that whipped chocolate, isn't it?
I think Aero is one of the few chocolates that from England or that they have over in England that we actually have over here. I think I've tried them before.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Okay, like it's whipped.
Mm-hmm. What was it? There was a candy bar they used to do years ago, and it was the whipped chocolate. It had all the little like air pockets in it. It was like super light and airy. I can't think of the name of it.
I can't either. Not on that reference. I probably should know. I know Milky or Three Musketeers is kind of like that.
Yeah, but it's got the what do you call it? The nougaty stuff.
The nougat, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This was just like chocolate, but it had like a bunch of air bubbles.
Oh, okay. Katie says it's bubbly.
It's bubbly? Yeah.
It's bubbly.
Okay.
Yeah. If you need anything, Rex, hit me up on Twitter. I intend to.
I gotta find me an English candy company and see if I can just import some shit.
Yeah, when I'm ready for when I'm getting closer and ready for the reference to do the 2-page spread for the drawing tier, hopefully we'll have some more people. The original ideal was to, have a gladiatorial scene. I've got this scene in my head, where something's right here in the foreground. You're kind of like a worm. What was that?
Sorry. Just a scene from Gladiator.
Oh, okay. Should I kick you down the well now?
That's the 300.
Oh, okay.
Now you got two.
the campaign.
Now you're mixing a move.
No, the campaign's still up on Fund My Comic. It's in demand, but it hasn't ended. No.
Yes.
And hopefully by Saturday we'll have the new Jimmy Reyes cover up, and then I will be putting up
gonna be a revamp on the site.
At least this Tank Ferret piece of artwork up on there.
Some new art going up, the Jimmy cover.
Yeah,
you say you're thinking about releasing
an old
the
2019 Inner Man piece that was on in the Alterna ad, with Devil Flyer kind of put in there graphically. Got a Bog piece done in 2019 that'll be going up for sale on the campaign. And I've got the John Falandes original cover artwork. In color, watercolor, original, going up on the campaign. So we got 2 covers going up here pretty soon. Plus those other drawings. I don't have a lot of his stuff. Might put the bundle up again. I have not. I need to look around and find that file, see what's in it. Maybe I can show off some of the stuff and get some people excited about purchasing the file. If you want the behind the scenes, that a lot of that will go into the artist edition, and then we're also going to make the acrylic standee by itself available. So, yeah, the campaign's still alive. It's in demand, but it's still alive and doing some buying. Actually, I like that we actually got a financial boost already off the Jimmy Reyes cover because Elsie backed it, and but it doesn't count him as a new backer because he's had previously backed it, just not the Jimmy Reyes cover.
Long as the total goes up, that's the important part.
Tank Ferret does do good work, and he's redoing. Oh, would you like to see Tank Ferret's latest? Well, okay, it's on my phone. That's why I couldn't find it yesterday. It's on my phone here. He was doing the spread winged, tried it in the air or pitchfork in the air and lightning come down, striking in everything. He's redoing that. Public safety message. Jonesboro, let's see, experiencing 9/11 outages in the area for emergency. Try 9.
Do not stand in the rain holding a trident.
Oh, okay. All right. Public safety message on my phone, which locks my phone up and I can't do anything. What the hell?
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, yeah. It's like, okay.
Throw his phone. You want to see 25.
Okay, so let me bring up Tank Ferret's thing to me. We are spraying tonight. I already knew that. I went to work. Jim is sending me to Pokey. Who says that? Pokey or Pookie? Pokey.
The hell's Pookie?
I don't know who that is.
I thought that was Chris Rock from Kingston, New York. Man. Oh, Pookie.
If you have not asked off, which they asked me the other day, or stated you were working tonight, please go in at 7 and wing it from there. I was out sick today, so I'm not sure. Yeah, the secretary was out sick. And the new guy, Anthony, was having to kind of do her job and help Jim out, I was out sick today, and so I'm not sure anyone was notified. Jim is sending me to Pokey. I think that was Larry saying that.
What's up, Timothy? What question was in there? Oh.
We are spraying tonight. I knew that. And I will be spraying tomorrow night. Tank Ferret. Here we go. So here is the new Tank Ferret drawing. It's just the beginning of it. But he and this will go on the back of the magazine and be colored differently for the different iterations, like on the this he'll be in gray and blue on the Golden Age cover, and then on the back, and then he'll be in red and burgundy on John Dillard's cover. So he'll be in black and white on the artist edition.
Yes.
But man, it went dark on me.
And it'll be what? Is it going to be black and white on the standee, or are you going to do the standee's color?
The standee's going to be in color.
Cool.
Yeah. It'd be an injustice not to do it in color. Yeah, check that out.
Oh yeah, looking good.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little bit more dramatic than the.
Yeah.
So
give it a little zazz.
So that'll be on the back cover of the magazine once it gets it done and delivered to me. Gets it finished. So I've had meetings with artists and things are starting to move very quickly. Like I said, it's just a money thing, to get some wheels going on some things. And I've been working.
The book is pretty close to being finished. Rex just has a few details to work out, get everything in, and then time to fulfill. So
variants notwithstanding, but is the book close to being finished? I would hate for Rex to get behind. Let's see, it's traditional to take 4 years, or it's not going to take 4 years. Mrs. Good Stuff in the house. Hello, gentlemen. Getting ready to go pick up some holiday cocktails and essentials. Hope you guys have a great holiday weekend. Yeah.
Hey, Mrs. G. Happy 4th of July.
Will.
Try to keep all your fingers.
I've got some ground turkey in there that I could actually put on the grill.
Dude, you know what? I've seriously been thinking about it. I got 2 whole turkeys sitting in my freezer, and I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I'm thinking about maybe throwing one on the smoker tomorrow and just smoking it all day.
So my question is ignored. No, but I have not gotten to it yet, Tim. So because I was actually talking at the time, answering your question before you asked it. I was going over what was happening with the book. Start telling folks it's a crooked book. I hear everyone loves me. That might give you a bump. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. Tank Ferret does good work. He sure does. Yes.
He gets the crooked hook. There you go.
Oh, it was answered. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, we're, and I may, look, if I'm not ready to drop the files in or whatever, I mean, and I haven't talked to Justin about adding this stuff, but I'm sure he would be fine with me adding. In fact, when I showed him the rough draft of Jimmy Reyes's cover, he's like, yeah, we need to get together or whatever. So, I didn't want to bother him till I was ready to add everything that I wanted to add to the campaign and totally renew, the campaign.
Right. Yeah.
Drop both covers and the original artwork that I have of John's and everything that I wanted, So I want to make sure because I'm going to be taking a bunch of stuff off and putting some new stuff up, and and then we'll go into the final phase of it being in demand. And then we just need to be working on getting it, all knitted together and finished. There's some coloring to be done on it, some lettering to be done on it, because I'm doing multiple stories.
It's kind of a
48 pages. It's a work in progress. We have
the campaign the Rex way,
only
instead of
absolutely. And you know what? I mean, I've got my graphic designer working right now on the printing out some of the trading cards and tchotchkes, like you said.
Very nice.
And then also maybe the magnet. I'll have to ask her about that because I've got an idea about that. But now I think I've actually improved on the Boggs story. I had an idea about that. So I have her doing me a test page from the file. And we'll see how it looks. And then if I don't like it, we'll go with what we were originally going with. But if it works, I think it'll make it a better story,
Cool.
I want it to be good. I don't want to just put anything out there. I don't want it to take forever. I know people are very excited about getting it, but I want to nail it this first time,
Well, did you put
I want to be proud of it when it's done. I don't want it to be rushed.
Delivery date on there, Rex?
I did not put a delivery date on it. No.
Okay. Well, there you go.
You know, I was
So-
saying I would like to get it in 3 months. Looks like that's not going to happen, just due to financial. You know, my finances.
Right,
getting-
and that's completely understandable. Should happen.
So, you know, I'm shooting for 6 months. You know, delivery in 6
Right.
months, but we'll see. And that's after the campaign ended, not from the start of the campaign. So I
There's
you know,
too many people
but if
that
I have to
try
go over
to-
6
try
months
to
in
deliver
demand,
too fast.
that's not too bad. I mean, there's a lot to this. You know, I do. You
Yeah,
know, one.
Just assembling all your print files, going through editorial, double checking all your spelling, all that. There's just a lot of
Yeah,
work.
I've got to get with Red Valkyrie and Cy. You know, they're going to have an ad. It'll be the only ad in it on the inside back cover, so they have to deliver that to me and get that to me. So there's a lot
cool.
of people. I'm working with multiple people and contacting them. Plus, I do have to get with Crooked Painter and Lack and get profile pics of what they want or whatever reference shots, and then have them drawn in. Haven't commissioned that 2-page spread to be drawn yet, so you know that has to be done. But it's progressing really well. I'm doing some mine. I want
So did either one of them request to be killed?
I talked to Lack about that, so I don't, you know. And the Mighty Battle Brick will be in that scene as well. Flying
Oh, I'd
high.
want to be getting hit in the head with the brick. Like in the
Seems
background.
like a balancing act I'm doing here. Well, I mean, you know, I don't know why you. Whatever. I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess it is, Tim. You know, when you deal with multiple artists and you employ multiple artists, I mean, I had to work on Jimmy Reyes's, you know, and then he has to send it off to the colorist to be colored. So it's a process, but you know, I think the colorist is his regular colorist and has worked professionally. I know for Marvel, maybe DC as well, and some other. So I'm getting a top tier colorist for the cover. So it shouldn't get any complaints about it once it comes in. You know, I can show you again, if you weren't here the other day, I can show you, or you haven't seen it on Twitter already. I know Crooked Painter has, because he commented on it. But the Jimmy Reyes cover is coming along, and hopefully he'll have it by our 800th episode, and we can do a cover reveal. But like he says, no promises, because it is a double-page spread. You know,
and our 800th is Saturday.
Pretty good though, huh?
And I said our 800th is Saturday, so it's coming up quick.
I know it, and I didn't mean to, you know, try and rush him for that. You know, I just know how. You know, I figured he's pretty quick once he gets on something. So, and look, he's already got it pretty much put in here. You know, I already got the logo dropped in there, and you know the placement of that. So it's looking pretty dope. You know, I think he's got a good foundation there for a pretty killer cover. Once it's done. Hey, Pell Rider.
Hey, Pell. Yeah, let Jimmy work his magic, man. You're not even halfway there.
Yeah. You know, let the naysayers. I don't see how Rex is going to pull this off. I don't see how he's going to get this done or that done. You watch me. I'll get this done, and it'll have some wow factor in it, you know. And if it doesn't, I'm not going to put it out. And it's not going to take forever either, you know. I'm not going to be on anybody's schedule though. I'm going to be on my schedule, and it's going to be the very best it can be in a timely manner. I got the ash can out in less than a year, and that was having to deal with Vic and his time schedule. Just getting I had to, for months, for like about a half a year, just to get scans from him to do the ash can. And I still got it in under a year. And we got quite a bit of bump at the end of the campaign, probably as much as the start of the campaign.
Don't worry, Timothy.
You know,
Rex
I
ain't
hope.
gonna disappoint.
Yeah, Well, I think Timothy knows I'm not going to disappoint anybody with this book. I know people are excited about getting it, and that's when things are really going to take off, is when I get that product in hand. Just like Dan Pleagle with his Viewmasters. Once everybody saw his Viewmasters, he dropped that on X, and I never did see that on X. I even tried to do a search for it. Of course, he's shown me behind the scenes the disc, or maybe on Topic List. But once people saw those and you start getting product in hand, it was the same thing with the Ashcan. Once I got the magnets and the trading cards and I was able to show everybody, I got backers. Once you start, people see it's winding down and you starting to get stuff produced, and I'll have some trading cards here pretty soon to show people. And maybe the magnet and stuff. Stuff's starting to come in, so I don't think I'm biting off too much. K-pop in the house. K-pop Yo, she will be joining us on Rex Hex and Apex at 11 a.m. Central Time, 12 noon Eastern Time on Saturday on the Rex Hex and Apex show. Looking forward to that, talking with Kay again. Rex is going to put his Santa suit on. Let's see. Santa suit on and deliver them all in person. I don't promise that, but I can put on the hat right now.
You folks in England may be waiting a little while.
I'm ready for the cold, but it ain't cold. It's hot. It's 95 out there probably, or 98. It's like a heat index of 110 here. Shadow. Upstairs it is 70 degrees. That's because I got started early running the air, and it is, I think, 64 down here, which is not too bad, and it doesn't feel cold because it's crotch pot cooking out there. It's hot. It's popping out there. This is hot as Devil Flyer back at now. Yeah, back at today. Let's see. Just checking out. Not a naysayer. I just want Rex to be fired up like I got fired up about proving people wrong. You watch me, Rex Christian, 2024. That's absolutely right. I'm already fired up. Nobody has to fire me up or get me fired up. 64 people is having hot flashes confirmed. Yeah, I called Howder 64. If you're wondering what that was, Pell Rider, from last night over on Anthony's channel. There is a 43, and they're all bad Nazis, There's a new character I created called Fracture, and he's one of the 43, as well as Zeitgeist. And that's Zeitgeist right there.
Yeah, Zeitgeist is cool.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of. I don't want to overdo the 2-page spread, but there's definitely going to be a 2-page spread on the. I've talked to John Dillard about it. Commissioning him to do a modern day Silver Boa and the retro Silver Boa.
Yeah.
So
retro is one of my favorites. I like it.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna like the layout of this, 2-page spread in the Bystander story.
Sweet.
I read the Bystander story to you months ago.
Oh,
remember that?
Yeah,
I know Gable does. He commented on it. Not a bad beginning, he said, or whatever. Now I may tweak it. I may tweak it, with the visuals that's going in. But and I wrote the start of a bunch of different beginnings of a bunch. I got on a tear there for the Bystander for a while, so he's slowly coming together, more than just a thought in my head, but an actual character. It takes time to think through these characters and how you want them to express themselves.
Oh yeah.
And then how do you ease that in, and how do you introduce these characters in a logic way to everybody that where they're like, oh yeah, King Size Bog #1. I know.
That would be cool.
Yeah, and I mean, once this drops, I'll listen to the masses. If you want a Bog story, I'll give you a Bog story. I mean, there's a Bog story coming down the pike as it is.
Well, I'm just thinking. I mean, it would be easy to get a bunch of different people who like to draw Bog and put together like an anthology magazine of just Bog stories. I mean, you could slap that together in no time.
Well, that would be kind of like what Pops was doing, right? With Crom, they were doing all different Crom stories.
Yeah, something like that.
Different artists working on different things. Yeah,
but we would do it good. Just teasing.
Wow. Well, yeah, and they call me Surly, and don't call me Surly. Easy there, Rick. Save some of that for next time.
Told you, now you ain't gonna have no snacks for in the truck.
Well, you got in this magazine, this 48-page magazine, you're going to have the Devil Flyer story, which is completely done. That's 28-page story right there. I could have released that 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago, about 2.5 years ago. You got Doc's story that was done a couple years ago. You got Hockey's story that was done a couple years ago. That's a 2-pager.
I think Apex is dying to do a Bog story.
Well,
you could, like I'm saying, man, you could easily find, artists willing to do it.
Yeah.
Just, let them do their own thing. Write me a Bog horror story, fucking 6 pages or something. 8 pages.
Yeah, but then that sidelines Devil Flyer and the whole thing, and then
no, don't, because you do that the whole thing on the side. Your artists are writing and drawing their own project to put together for another book while you're busy working on the next Devil Flyer. You see, you got to keep the wheels rolling, right?
Well, next time there'll be 2 books, a 2-book campaign, some way, somehow, because I want to do
getting fancy.
I want to do Momentum Unleashed, which is the Momentum Future Visions book, which are all tales told in the future, although one takes place the death of Silver Boa in 1959, which is the future of the character and not necessarily our future. But they're all future stories in the Momentum story. You'll be seeing the introduction of characters like Storm Rider. But 250 years in the future. What does that's your introduction to the character.
I almost forgot about Storm Rider, dude. I think he could be pretty cool.
I know. And I want to get to some of that cool stuff. So, let me do my thing, and we'll get you your Bog book too. And Bog,
I'm just giving you an idea.
Oh, I know. And Bog's going to be the major featured character. Now, on this next one, it's going to be Inner Man. This story here, besides Devil Flyer taking up most of the magazine, because he's the star feature of his own magazine, right?
Yeah.
Then you have a major and a minor, and there's nothing minor about the minor character. I'm saying he gets more play in his story. He's kind of like the second big feature, okay? And this time it's my cosmic watcher type character, the Bystander. Next time I've got a story. Hopefully I can get John Dillard to do. We'll see. It needs a good artist for it. The Inner Man, and plus he's doing the 2-page Inner Man story for this magazine. So it'd be nice if he, just for continuity's sake, if I could keep the same artist on the same stories, like Doc wants to do Bog, I might have him do a second Bog story. Okay.
Right.
But then I'm itching to do Bog too. I'd love to do a Bog story, but now that can come down the pike later, and Bog it. I would like to see at least one more story done by Doc if people want to see it, let the book come out and people say this is utter shit. Please don't hire this guy again to do in your book. That was the weak part of the book. Although I don't think it's the weak point of the book. I think it's probably my favorite story out of the whole book. And there's some damn good stories going to be in the book. But you have the hockey 2-page story. You've got, but I've got a big Inner Man. You just basically get a 2-page introduction to Inner Man. There's a mention of the director in there, which is going to play a big part. In fact, he's already on the back of Jimmy Reyes's cover.
He's one of the big baddies.
He's one of the big baddies. He's kind of like a shadow government. In fact, he's mentioned in the Devil Flyer story and the Inner Man story.
Why am I always being disparaged? Everything's got to be shadow this and shadow that. Gee.
Inner Man, a prison story? No.
It's the story of a man who spent 50 years in solitary confinement. He learned to love himself.
Yeah. Who hasn't? Anyway. They didn't give me enough time on the clock tonight, Shadow. I mean, to get down there. It takes me like 15 minutes to cross Jonesboro, the city, right? And I mean, if I sped, I mean, they've only given me an hour. So I'm going to have to go in. I mean, not any time. It's not going to cut into our time here, but I've got plenty of time even after the show. But they've got me clocking in at 7:30 and start spraying at 8:30. That's not enough time for me to get down there and start on time. So I'm going to have to go in a little bit early and point out to Anthony or whoever did the sheets, you got to give me more time to get down there. I've got to check out the truck, make sure everything's all right on it.
Timothy.
And I'm going to be in another truck, not my usual truck, because my pumps broke on it. It went out on me last night. I had to come back early. Back from Oz, okay, forcibly, yeah. I'll pick up Katie's Boys.
I don't know.
It's always boyhood, Uranus jokes around here with people. I don't get it.
You remember the TV show called Oz? It was a prison show.
Oh, they say Scooby on them, by the way. Do I remember what show?
It was a show called Oz. It was about being in prison. A lot of man rape and horrible things going on in the shower rooms. Yeah.
Richard Crenna did a movie where he played a police officer that was raped. And really, we should say gripe,
Yes.
in Minecraft.
I'm sorry about that. In Minecraft.
Yeah, because I jumped all over. No, I didn't really jump all over, but I did mention it to Elsie. That's one word you don't need to say on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, they won't usually get you for it if it just, it's a slip. But if you were sitting there steady talking about it for a while, then yeah. Still good.
Inner Man number 3, no longer drop the soap.
Inner Man number 4, the nightstick incident.
Well, now I can answer Gable Pennyshot's question. He says, Apex, how's your book coming? I can answer part of that. We have a hard date, and I'm going to hold him to it. He's launching.
We got a hard day's night. He's launching. Yes. When? Guess it.
All right, let me look it up on the calendar because I don't want to get the date wrong. I believe it's November 10th.
He acts like he has this big momentous announcement. And so wait, let me make sure.
Build up. Well, I don't want to, you know.
No, it's very responsible of you. Right? We wouldn't want to cause a site to crumble or something because everybody hit it on the wrong.
Surely I wrote it down.
Arch nemesis for Interman Nightstick.
If you like that kind of thing, go back Peter Sametti's The Chair, because that does happen in that movie.
Oh yeah, it does, dude. Oh, geez.
Yeah.
That
it kills the guy.
Yeah, that book is brutal.
And that is a nightstick.
The movie's brutal too.
It was brutal, yeah. It was hardcore. Let's put it that way, I guess.
Yeah. It's
right.
rough
Did I
either
not
way.
mark that
the
down
comic or the movie.
Apex? I thought I'd marked that down on the calendar, your launch date. We were talking about it the other day, which was, I believe, November 10th.
I was going to say, I think it was November something.
Which was on a Sunday. Yeah. He was wanting to watch it launch on a Wednesday, and I'm like, not the best day to launch on, probably, when people were working. But
yeah,
you launch when you want to launch, you know. Who am I to tell you anything? I think I launched my Ashcan on a Wednesday, and it didn't do that well, you know, initially. So
all you can do is give advice. You can lead a horse to water. You can't force him to drink.
Yeah. Well, sooner than that, Rex. Fembat. October 27th is the new date before Halloween. Okay, so October. So sooner than that, October 27th before Halloween.
So Halloween month, basically.
That makes sense now. See, Apex is thinking, you know, Halloween's coming up, and Fembat being a vampire.
Yeah, she's got kind of supernatural enemies and what have you. Yeah.
And that's on a Sunday as well. So so Fembat. Cool. I'm glad I didn't mark it down.
Fate told you it was going to change.
And I have read, been privy to read. Probably the only person to read, except some close friends there locally, have read Fembat. Yeah, we got to get Fembat launched. So maybe Devil Flyer versus Fembat pushed back to at least 2025. Sorry, folks. But, you know, Fembat has to come out first. And we can put Bog in there, huh? In that.
I man.
Put as many characters as we want in there. Yeah. We could have a battle royale, you know? We could really make it a proper crossover. Fembat 7.
Apex versus Momentum.
Also coming out October 31st. Get to work, Apex. Wow.
What'd they call that in?
All you can do is suggest.
What was that called when you did the? I think it was Valiant.
I'll draw a fracture.
Valiant and Image did a.
I'll draw a fracture. That's what I'll do. My new character.
Never mind.
I'm listening. You're not saying much, but I'm listening.
Well, I was trying to get you to help me out there, but
I have no clue on
Valiant Image. I think did a crossover back in the day. It was like.
Are you thinking the Ultraverse and Marvel?
No, because Ultraverse did too. This one was. They did like 5 different colored covers. There was a silver, a blue, a green.
Well, there
was
an Image Unlimited that was an interlinking cover that had all the Image characters and was a big.
This was a crossover,
but it wasn't a crossover between. That was just all Image characters.
Called Union or something like that.
Unity. Unity. That was.
Unity. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Valiant, but that wasn't a crossover with another company.
I swear they had some Image characters and stuff in there. No,
Ask Apex. Apex, was there
I don't,
any?
maybe
I don't
not.
remember.
Maybe,
I think
maybe
Unity was just the Valiant characters.
Was
yeah,
it
it was
just
their big
Valiant?
event.
Okay.
Yeah. And when collecting Valiant, you want the pre-Unity books. You don't want the Unity books on because there's more of them overprinted. Pre-Unity books are scarce or lower print. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Well, the original 5 issues or whatever, the different colored ones, I think are still
Unity's
decent.
Valiant. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It was just 5. Why did I think that was a crossover? I don't know why. Just goes to show you start slipping when you get old.
Apex says, yes, a few ideals: acrylic standee, bookmarks, sticker sheets, ash cans, sketch cards, etc. Keep it simple. Well, that don't sound simple to me, but you know. Yeah. I mean, my campaign, my
Deathmate. That's it, Timothy. Deathmate. That's the one I was thinking of.
Deathmate was the crossover with it. Okay, you know, I kind of opted out, although I got some of those. I never read them, so yeah. Okay.
That was the one I was thinking about.
Yep.
I could swear it was a crossover.
Well, you know, Justin with my campaign was like, let's make it all about the books, and I was, except for the tapestry and standee, you know, and the tchotchkes, of course, the stretch goals. But
well, right, for starting it off, but I think, you know, doing a little you know, refresher a little way through the campaign, and you know, getting Jimmy's new cover, putting some new stuff up there. That's not a bad idea at all, dude.
Absolutely. You know, while we, you know, slog away every day. I mean, I've got somebody right now looking into working on my Shopify store to make it look good, and we'll have, you know, we'll do a Shadowhawk, you know, with your permission, you know, logo like this or something on it, or smaller, or here, whatever, you know, nice shirt, puzzles. I want to make some puzzles, so we'll have, hopefully in this month, by the end of the month, we'll have some merch up there, for some Devil Flyer merch up there to go along with the campaign. So
that'd be pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been meeting with people and getting things done in the background. There's a lot, you know, that's why I haven't streamed except for the 4 o'clock shadow, pretty much, because I'm working on stuff behind the scenes. You know, that and just sleeping from my job, because they're, you know, they're not doing me any favors except giving me the money to produce it and to print it and get it out to people. You know.
Yeah, I got to get in gear tomorrow. I'll start.
Because they failed to give me that CG $100,000 to work with. So, you know, I had to pick all the other resources.
It's just delayed.
You know, the recycled money, you know, apparently that we all,
the other guys are still putting it
receive
together,
like a baton and then pass off to the next guy. I don't know how that would work, but they say that's what we do. So I'm still waiting on my 100,000, Uncle E, you know.
Gable, no.
And I know Timothy Olsen and some other creators still waiting on that 100,000, or, you know, so
I'm not happy about her name either.
I will listen to the people after this one. If you want shorter books, I mean, shorter page count and more frequent, then I will give you that. But I'll be having at least one campaign per year. If I can do that, if I can do more than that, I will. But, you know, the funds have to be there for it to get stuff made, you know, printed, shipped out. It was over $300 just to ship my ash can. Not a very big book. Just 3 of my international was over $80. 3 people.
The international shipping is crazy.
3 people.
You're gonna let RJ handle that this time, right?
Shipping, not complaining.
But you're gonna let RJ do your shipping this time, right?
Yeah, and we've got it all. Yeah, Critical
Okay,
Blast will be fulfilling it. So once I get everything printed up, which we're not to that stage yet, folks.
I know. But he will definitely save you
still
some
going
money,
on.
Especially overseas shipping. It'll save you some money.
The campaign, once you get your books in the mail, the campaign will still be up, and people will be, because when people see it, review it, I hope to get another bump there from people going, "Oh, that looks cool. I want one of those." Where can I get it?
But start doing
Only
some
on
character designs. You, Gable, and Tim can get ready and do
24 floppies. Let's go. Yeah. Well, Gable, you help me put them together and do some part of the work, and maybe we can get it out quicker. Yeah.
That's the title of issue number 1. Spit
Many
on that
oars roll the boat. I'm moving as quick as I can, believe me, and probably more. I've been pushing myself to a certain degree, but I'm not going to drive myself to an early grave either. I'm into it. Shelby behind the scenes said, and I'm not giving away anything, that there's a lot of people not playing the long game when it comes to crowdfunding. They're burning through a lot of things. And I'm like, yeah, I'm playing the long game. I am. I'm playing the long game. I'll be here when you bastards are long gone. Now, if that's not you, don't get offended. I'm just throwing that out into the ether that, when there's a lot of Johnny come lately say, yeah, I can do it, and they drop out, I'll be here. I think this show shows you we're almost up to 800 episodes. I'm here every day. If you can't find me, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not trying to elude or pull a fast one or, a cash grab. Oh, did I say that? Anyway, no, people got their books. I got my T-shirt, probably a year before.
That's actually a really funny fucking book.
Yeah, I haven't read mine, but I do have it. The John Malin Get It in the Rear Centipede cover, done by Kelsey Shannon. That's classic. I ought to frame that and stick that up on the wall and laugh at it every day. Throw darts at it.
That was one of the all-time great turnaround pranks in CG, man. That was good.
Yeah. Supply and demand. Yeah. Supply and demand. Yeah. And hopefully after, and I'm sure, it's like any other campaign. I'm not looking at other campaigns. I'm glad to see that some first timers are doing better than Devil Flyer, and there's some first timers doing worse than Devil Flyer. I'm not coveting what my neighbor has, for the campaign. They got their own channels, they got their own content, they got their own following. I'm very humbled by the support that was on just the sign up, and then the backers initially and everything. I couldn't ask for more, but I'm going to. And I'm going to try and give you more content. I'm going to bring my A game if people will bring their pocketbooks, if you supported it and that's all you can do and that's all you want to do, great, fine. I know a lot of people back Jimmy Reyes cover sight unseen, and I hope you're happy with it and don't regret your purchase, because I think it's looking pretty good. And I think the finished product, I've got to have confidence in him. I think most people do. You wouldn't sell like 19 of the covers sight unseen.
Exactly.
If people didn't have confidence in his artwork of turning in something good, So.
No, and it worked out really well because, Jimmy's gotten to be a lot more well known over the last year or so, with hanging out with Ethan and stuff. So you got him at a really good time, dude.
Yeah, and Gable says CG is definitely a who and clout chasing sort of community sometimes. Yeah, But I don't know about clout, but I have met people along the way like Jimmy Reyes and like Russ Leach, and they're both doing covers for me, so it's a process, right? You meet the right, when it comes to doing the sketch cover, I'm going to go to Shelby. Shelby Robertson knows all about sketch covers. I'm going to ask Jason Bascom and Dan Plegel because they do them as well. And where can I get that quality, drawing, cover,
right?
At an affordable price. And even if it's a little pricey, we'll do it. I think they got their spot coloring on Frog G for pretty darn cheap. So I might have to look into that. I might want to get mine spot glossed. I've heard that's pretty expensive, but anything I can do to beef up the look of the book, paper quality or whatever, I'm not going to skimp.
Oh crap! I got to take a closer look at my cover. I didn't even notice the spot gloss on there.
Yeah, I said I hadn't even cracked it yet, and I haven't. To even peruse the look in the interior yet. Jimmy Reyes is pumped up when 20 people ordered the cover sight unseen. Well, I think it was 19, but I know Elsie just ordered one, so that's 20 now. But now he got to see the sketch, and I'm not trying to rush Jimmy to get it done. I think that's obvious because we talked about it 3 weeks before I launched the campaign. We did the 2-month campaign. So it's been 3 or 4 months or whatever, I wanted him to finish.
He was also,
he was focused on Dragon Rage, and that's the way his own book.
Yeah,
and I was in no hurry.
Finishing Dragon Rage.
If he got it in at the campaign, that was great. If he got it in on the demand while the book was being made, that would be fine too. And so I think this is a good opportunity for me to find, this other stuff of John Philandes's work, dump it all on there at the same time, and hopefully get a boost here, along with, all the other stuff. I mean, pretty soon, once I get, I'll have some John Dillard artwork to show you and some other artists that are doing commissions for the project. So, you'll be updated as soon as I get something. I don't hold it back. I show you, unless it's a secret, like my new characters, that I do want some of it to surprise you, There's some I haven't even told you, Shadowhawk, and in your defense, you don't even want to know, really, because I
like to be surprised.
Right, you don't want to know everything. It takes fun out of it when you do get it in your hands, and that's when we've got to.
It's kind of fun being behind the scenes and all that shit, but at the same time, I don't want to know too much.
If Rex's new character is named Creamsicle, man, we know Rex. Okay. I don't know where he comes up with this stuff. Anyway, every book I read, I make sure to rip up and burn just so I can be the only person to have experienced that book.
That makes them ultra rare.
Yeah. That's kind of like
it's harder to get rarer than that.
When you write the name of God or you write the placeholder like Lord, the copiers of the manuscripts would break the pen so that it could only be used once. Because the name of God, in reverence and deference to God, his name or his placeholder as Lord was that important to them, that it only be used once, and then just, pretty wild. Just their concept of murder. It's not thou shalt not kill, it's thou shalt not murder. We say kill, that's King James, but basically we're talking murder either way, right?
Yeah.
And the penalty of murder is, the way the Jews look at it is, if I kill you, I'm not only killing you, I'm killing all your seed, all your prodigy that will come out of your loins for the future.
Yeah,
That's
you're not just,
mind blowing that they
you could kill
have that
generations.
concept about murder. You're kind of like when Cain was kind of cut off, right? The seed of Cain, he was cursed. They all died in the flood.
But everything kills to survive. It's that the murder is a different story completely.
Right. You kill in war, like Apex says. Yes, there is an allowance in you definitely defend yourself, and you definitely, in
Defend
war.
your family, your home.
You can see that King David and other kings in the Bible went to war all the time. Israel was always fighting.
Sure.
And that remnant was always kept safe, though, by God. He always had his eyes on the Jews. Salvation.
But murder is like usually a premeditated and very greedy act. It's for
right. But there are degrees of murder. There's first, second, and manslaughter, which is unintentional. But it's still murder.
You could get manslaughter just by defending yourself, though, and the guy accidentally gets killed while you're fighting him.
Especially in today's America. Yeah. If you discharge your weapon, you're probably going to go to jail. In most
look
cases.
what they tried to do that poor guy in the subway in New York. All he did was choke that dude out to stop him from attacking another passenger. And they tried to fucking prosecute him with murder. I think they might have.
Apex says, I ordered Dragon Rage because you hired Jimmy Reyes to draw a wraparound cover. And I was the last person to back Dragon Rage. I got in right at the campaign had already ended.
Okay, Apex, that means you have to back 3 copies of Devil Flyer, the wraparound cover.
I think he has backed multiple times, actually. I think he wanted the sketch cover and he backed again.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Apex is a good man.
And I'll probably do a sketch cover, a blank every time. And it seems like Jason Bascom's kind of ran into that as well, right? I mean, he's doing that now.
I mean, right now it's kind of a popular thing. There's no reason not to.
Yeah.
You don't have to color it. You don't have to print it. You don't have to do anything. I mean,
Well, instead of like doing, and if you back Dragon Rage, you get a free head sketch, 4 by 6.
Right, but I'm just saying it's got to be one of the cheaper books to produce too. But then people are having fun drawing their own sketches and reselling them and doing whatever.
I don't know that it's really that cheaper, but yeah, you can kind of look at it that way.
I mean,
I think with the printers, if you have any color in the book whatsoever, it's considered a colored book, and they charge you that rate instead of black and white.
Well, yeah, but if you're printing a black and white with a sketch cover, I mean, that's going to be about as cheap as you can get.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I will price out and get the best quality that I can that actually draw, people can draw on good. And, but I just think it's a win-win. I can do double page spread if I want to and sell those on the next campaign as first prints with artwork, original artwork done on the covers.
I'll be there.
Okay. Yeah, there's allowances made for war and defending yourself. God doesn't expect you not to, it's not a perfect world. We know that. Yeah, I was the last person to get in on backing Dragon Rage. It had already ended. It just had not stopped on Indiegogo. They had not cut it off yet. So Jimmy said that I was the last person to back his book. Got in by the skin of my teeth. And that'll give me a better overview of Jimmy's work, and it'll be a fun ride, will I use Jimmy again? I don't know. There's a lot of artists out there I would like to see. I know Russ Leach is, agreed to do a couple covers for me or like one wraparound. Might get him to do the retailer cover for the Devil Flyer magazine. one that'll go out to make it different once it hits Amazon and hits the local comic book stores and all that. Might try and get it in Diamond. I don't know. We'll see. It's definitely going to hit, Amazon, some other places like Tim's Book. But after the campaign, and there's going to be campaign exclusive covers, these are all exclusive to Fund My Comic. They're not going to be offered on Indiegogo, Kickstarter, or any other platform. So, welcome back to Shadowhawk.
Hell,
yeah, I was just saying, I probably need to get Russ Leach to do one of the covers, probably for the local comic book shop or the retail that edition that you can that you can buy, and it'll probably be a price drop and different printing, different as far as quality,
quality
paper, you're getting the premium brand on the campaign. Not that the other, but you want to get a cheaper price point probably once it hits the stores, right?
Well, yeah, you pretty much need to, because there's not too many people going to look and drop $25 a book or whatever.
If I could do the alternative thing, I would. It's just.
Oh yeah, I Pete's got a nice little setup going on there, man.
And he really had to search for months, half a year, I know, to find the printer he's at now. And
he does a nice job with them too. The only thing I wonder about is how they're going to age.
I think they'll age pretty well. I think it's a higher grade.
If they're bagged and boarded and taken care of well.
If they're taken care of, I think they'll be fine. Yeah, for a long time. Yeah. Well, that's get them graded down.
Nice. And slap that baby up before it's too late.
Before they start turning yellow and giving off that mold smell.
Nah, I love that.
According to Shadowhawk.
Dude, I love that smell. I was nose deep in a Moon Knight the other day.
Well, you probably won't get that off of Frog G, but you might get it off a Wolf and Bat.
Well, but the cool thing about new comics is if it's you don't get the old comic smell, you get the new comic smell. It's like that fresh ink and the brand new paper and everything. It's got its own smell too.
I will never forget getting I think it was Legion of Superhero 300, or it might have been one of the others that used the gold ink. The gold ink was gummy, was still wet.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
The metallic ink, and when you accidentally, when you put your finger there on it, it would turn black and leave your fingerprint, a perfect fingerprint in the ink, fresh off the presses and on the newsstand. I ruined my copy by putting my finger there, and it was still fresh. Certain metallic inks like that, you do not want to touch, and same thing with black. And then of course white, white covers can be sensitive to dirt and other things. Talked about black and white covers here a lot. I purchased, and a lot of people like to go with black covers, like the back of Doc's. I would have to read that with gloves. I wouldn't want to touch it, manhandle it too much. I really don't like that. I like something like this that's glossy. This is 1956. Amazing Stories. It's glossy. Not a lot. There's some black on the back. It's all printed in black, but not overly. And it is glossy, which kind of protects it from it. You can see this is kind of yellowed a little bit, right? Tanned a little bit.
Yeah,
1956. So we're talking almost
pretty old.
Yeah. That's almost 70 years old. So definitely got the smell, but holding up pretty good. Still soft and supple and flip it good. It's not brittle. It's what you want to see. I don't mind a little tanning, a little yellowing, whatever. But this I can kind of handle and not worry too much that it's going to be damaged, that it's going to leave your oils. Right. Everything you touch with your hand is going to leave some trace of something on it. So just know that. If you want to keep them in pristine mint conditions, you probably should read your books with gloves on, but not all that the collectors want to do that. I understand that. That's a bit much, but that's the truth and reality of it,
Coin collectors do the same thing, because if you get
with coins too, yeah, it'll tarnish. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The acid and the oil from your fingers will fuck that coin up.
Yeah, it will. And it won't ever be the same again, or the same value.
No, it drops the value immediately.
Uh-huh. Well, if I was going to draw,
it'll always be a quarter or 50 cents or whatever. But as far as collectible value,
I was going to draw something. I should have probably done it by now.
Hey, you'd think you'd have had a piece of pencil and some paper ready.
I do.
I mean, a piece of paper and a pencil. A piece of pencil.
Found a pack of Jelly Rose white ink unopened, so I opened them and
so
they're all
today's drawing is going to be Rex's version of a polar bear in a snowstorm.
A Jelly Roll, right? Oh no. You know what? I have some new couple of new ones of these that I haven't even used yet. So, and here's one of them.
Rex is going to recreate the first 6 pages of Alpha Flight number 3.
Haven't even got the ink on the down to the brush yet.
6 panels.
So for this one character, I think I'll try and draw him in white with the Jelly Roll after I ink the page.
Throwing out gold here, I got nothing.
Well, I mean, you're going at a fast clip. And
Blue Sasquatch.
Abracadabra. I want to reach out and grab you. I like sharks.
Okay.
Right?
Do tell, Blue Sasquatch.
Yeah. Well, I said that. He didn't say that this time.
Oh.
Usually that's the first thing he says, but not today. Today it was abracadabra or whatever. Here it is. This is what I'm looking for.
Right, magically appeared.
It's magically delicious. I've been using this as a kind of drawing board, just this eBay thing, as an inker, like this one. I'm going to have to ink all the way up to the edges. So
little backing board.
Yeah. Just to protect, do the edges here. Not worry about overrun.
Spillage.
Yeah, I could have probably ruled it off and left a little white edge around it, which would have been pretty cool, but that's a little bit much work, so.
But that sounds like might be work.
Yeah. Spend that much time on it. But I have been so busy, and I know you've been so busy at work. I have not shared a lot of the development that's been happening on the book, actually, with even you, because there's just not been enough time to, work and sleep and eat.
Yeah. Not enough time in the day.
Yeah.
I need longer days, damn. Not really. Oh.
No, not really. But I've been actually packing in a lot of stuff into my days of late, you know. And I try and I had to slow myself down sometimes because I've got all the energy, and I'm like, yeah, if I go with that and run with that now, come time to hop in that truck again. And there have been days where I've hopped in that truck and I'm already wanting to fall asleep at the wheel, you know. That's not good. So sometimes the weekends aren't enough, as you know. And so you have to take a vacation every now and then, right? For me, that's not an option. You said
Well,
for
it
the
hasn't
weekend.
been an option for me in quite a while now. So it's
Yeah,
very
when
nice.
was your last vacation?
2018. Like
2018.
Six years ago. Yeah.
Wow. You really are a workaholic, I guess.
Well,
How do you not take vacation? Did your old jobs not give you vacation time?
no, I had vacation time, but we didn't have the money to go take like a week at a time. So I would just use a day here, a day there, do a 3-day weekend. We'd
Oh,
go
okay. As you needed it, like you have a
go
appointment or
camping.
something.
I told you back in the day, we used to go like camping 4 times a year, but we do like 3-day weekends, you know.
Oh, okay.
So I just broke up my vacation and do, a couple days at a time instead of taking, like 5 days in a row.
Well, I knew you were like, yeah, man, I'm hurting from what I did the day before or something. I'm calling in. That would be a vacation day, wouldn't it?
No, that would be a sick day.
Oh, that'd be a sick day. Okay.
Yeah, vacation days you have to have approved 2 weeks ahead of time.
Oh, okay. That's at this job. Was that the same at your old job?
Yeah, I think that's pretty standard for most places.
Oh, okay.
Most of them I've worked in, you always had to have approvals before you could take. You couldn't just like call in and be like, "I'm using a vacation day."
Well, we've been busy, but they haven't worked us any Saturdays, and I'm not sure. There might have been one Saturday we worked last year. I can't quite remember, but that's usually not standard, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's.
If it gets,
it
real
hasn't
wet
been
and
since.
humid down there, you guys get like a big bloom of mosquitoes. You might,
If we would get more rain, there would be. Oh my God! But they're thick enough as it is.
That's what I'm saying, dude. You get some wet weather, you might, be working Sundays.
Well, last night I bumped into one of the drivers, Larry, who's the only guy that's been there longer than me.
Oh, yeah.
They sent him to Walnut Ridge too. I think he's the guy that, on the mass text said, I'm going to Pokey. So they've been sending him to Pocahontas. He, up to this year, he pretty much did Brooklyn and that was it, the whole town. And he's the guy that took off for Alaska on his vacation.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe he's looking for a change of
kind of late.
He's been doing the same thing for.
He's been doing it this is his 13th year.
Right. So I can see him.
And he had worked for them previously.
Right. But I can understand him wanting to change up routes,
Well, no, it's not him wanting to. It's where they've been sending him.
It's just wherever you get sent, huh?
Yeah, I think they've been trying, Brooklyn is not that big a job, even though you're doing the whole little town. So they're probably breaking in some of the new people on that route,
Oh, I got you.
And I know he's done Brooklyn.
I thought it might have been like a seniority thing where you get to pick your route, because you've done that.
I mean, they've been using me and Larry in like training, and then initially, and then sending us. Traditionally, I don't go to Pocahontas or Walnut Ridge or whatever, even though I have before. I think previously up in Pocahontas, I've been on one of the sides once, and then Walnut Ridge, I've done both sides at different times, but not that often, probably less than a half a dozen times. And already I've been up there, so they're kind of using their more experience. And I've never been to Truman. And I've been to Truman twice this year. So now I've done both sides of Truman. There's not been one of the routes that I've not done at one point or another in the last 12 years working for them, So I've been everywhere at least once.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere.
And the largest is here in town. We're the biggest population and got the most zones. We've got over at least 12 different zones in Jonesboro. And some of them are quite large, some are smaller, They
usually end up outside of Jonesboro, though, right?
Going all the way to the city limits.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, you don't go outside the city limits. The airplanes can spray a mile out of the city limits legally, or that's kind of their border. They can spray some of the fields up to a mile.
I'll tell you what, you ever caught one of those guys spraying a field with herbicide or fucking
I used to flag for that on the farm when I was a boy.
Yeah, on our way down to the old campground where I had my camper for 10 years, we'd every summer we'd catch this guy in this bright yellow plane with a spray unit on it.
Yeah,
and he was just a psycho, dude. You'd see him come flying over the highway, spin around, turn around real quick, and then shoot down. He'd disappear behind the tree line, and you're waiting to hear a boom. And then next thing you know, there he is in front of you again. And he was just diving in and spraying all them fields and stuff. It was cool to watch.
Oh yeah, that happens every day. I saw one last night like that.
Those guys are nuts.
Oh, absolutely. I knew one that did daredevil loop-de-loops and everything. He was and he'd crashed. He'd survived crashes and stuff.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So, once you crash,
he was at a facility. He was in there for his alcoholism. Well, no, he wasn't in there for his alcoholism, but he was convinced after hearing some of the people speak that he needed to come back later for his alcoholism. So, yeah, you got to be somewhat crazy to do what they do. I may need to ink this another time just to, maybe in the other direction to get a solid black on it. I'll let that, kind of dry before going over it again so it doesn't warp so bad. I'll have to make sure that I add sharks to every book. I do now.
Straight black.
Yeah.
And I was saying the other day, Blue Sasquatch, that should be an easy thing to do with once they introduce Sea Demon. Which is kind of my underwater Aquaman. Things are sliding. They just weren't balanced too good on that cowboy hat. Hell. Shadow taking care of some business. Well,
sorry, talking mama.
That's fine. We're going to get out of here anyway. We're over the 2-hour mark, and we can talk behind the scenes, Shadowhawk, if you like, if you've got time. Are you going to be grilling or anything today, or are you just taking it easy?
I don't know.
You're going to be grilling tomorrow on 4th of July?
Really talked about it. Yeah, tomorrow we're doing ribs.
Man, 4th of July snuck up, and Neon Revelant's supposed to launch on 4th of July tomorrow, isn't it?
I don't know, dude. I'm broke until Friday.
Okay. Well, anyway, King Lake and Tank Ferret's book.
Luckily, I got all the
launches.
food and everything already in the house, so we'll have a nice feast tomorrow. And
Yeah. I tell you what, man. The 4th snuck up on me. It's here before you know it.
dude, I mean, you think about it, summer's about halfway over already.
I know. That's why I had that talk with the boss. And I said, you know what? I need to catch them down there before the holiday. And because I went down there past 11, they get out of the office usually by noon. Sometimes quicker than that. Sometimes.
Must be nice.
I know, right? Work a half day.
Mm-hmm.
There's big money. Salary. I was talking that over with Larry.
Collecting a whole salary, working fucking 4 hours a day. Must be nice.
Yeah. Well, there are jobs out like that. Maybe you and I need to find one like that.
Obviously.
While surviving in the meantime.
I made the wrong choices when I was a young man, so I have to deal with what I have to deal with.
Okay. There's no hope, folks.
I didn't say that.
That's what he's saying. That's what it sounded like.
No, anyway. I just don't cry. I don't cry about it. And I made my choices. I got to live with them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you said, it's hard on your body. Not so much when you're a younger man, but as you get older, that's when you got to tool different parts and crawl under stuff. And it gets harder and harder.
Becomes a bit of a battle.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just like, the tire service thing that my dad used to do, or even farming, or when you work on equipment like that all the time, and what's some other dirty jobs? I had it just right in my head, and it just anyway.
But yeah, I know what you mean. Anyway, we've done the 2-hour thing, the obligatory.
You pulled that thought right out of my mouth. Not out of my mouth, but out of my mind. I don't know. You get in front of this. I'm still tired. What can I say? And I still have to work tonight. He may not cry, but I will.
No, I won't. But you'll take a nap before you got to go to work or something.
No, I can't do that.
How much? What time you got to leave?
Wake up. It's like, oh shit, it's midnight. Oh my god. No, hell no. It's the 4th already. Oh no!
Don't go take a nap.
No, don't go take a nap. No, I rested pretty well. But I'm glad I went down there and I said, hey man, I did worse last year. That's the first year I let my, he knows where I stand now, and he says, you work every day we go out. And it's like, yeah, okay. I had no, I just wanted to impress upon him. Look, man, I got a book to get out, and I've got to, and I know that, even if I have an off year, the money's going to be there.
13, how many years you been there now?
I want as much money out of this as I can squeeze, So,
right. And you've been there, what, 12, 13? How many?
It's going to be August, October, September, whatever it's going to be here and already. And we're going to be launching FemBat before October, and I'll be out of job then. So, I had to make sure that I set enough aside, even though I've read little thing of FemBat, to get his book in October. Because that'll be when I'm not working. So anyway, keep, as Shadowhawk said, keep collecting. Thanks for watching.
Hello.
I hope you have a great 4th. We'll be back here on the 4th. And maybe no fireworks, but we'll be celebrating the 4th with you. You're off. You're on vacation.
Well, obviously, I'm on vacation. So if you want to get a hold of me tomorrow before the show or whatever, feel free to call.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for
All right,
that.
brother.
Now that I found my phone, maybe I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was glad. I was sweating. It's like, where is it? Where is it?
Freaking goofball.
Yeah. So this is what I
Halo,
got
we
done
love
on
you.
the draw stream. Woohoo! So I got that inked once. I don't know if these that would probably reproduce kind of choppy, right? So usually what I do is ink in one direction, right?
And then ink
And
it the other one.
then I'll go across it again in another direction. And you usually get a pretty solid black with that.
Yeah.
That ink ain't cheap, unless you like dip it, get the dip kind. Then it does kind of comes pretty cheap.
You know what you do? You get the ink that you can dilute in water. And then you dip it in water like Tree Goblin suggests. Duh.
Does that make it waterproof?
And it changes the color.
Okay. Color changing. That's cool.
Depending what color dye you put in the water.
Okay, I don't know what to say to that. Anyway, hell all. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow.
Love you guys. See you.